Okay, so actually I already edited this video, but I want to do it again because I want to share with you how I like try to edit my pictures and my videos. And yeah, I'm not the best yet. Oh, no, I'm not the, you know what, I'm not even gonna talk about who's the best or not. I'm just gonna do my thing. And these are actually pictures from a project I'm currently doing. And yeah, so I'm just gonna reset this because the point is that I'm gonna show you how I edit. And actually I'll insert pictures of what my inspiration is. But yeah, I usually start with some presets I already made, and then I edit those presets. But now I'm gonna just try to start from scratch. So my pictures, I like to be in the tropics. That's one thing, that's for sure. I like to be in a warm, I like to make it seem like we're in a warm country, in a beautiful tropical space. So yeah, that's what we're gonna start with. And right now all I'm doing is like really exploring. But one thing I always sort of start with is I start with my exposure. But there's one thing you want to keep in mind with this. So if your picture is very, very dark, you can try to lower your contrast, because then you'll have more things to work with. At this point you don't see as you don't see as much as you would with a lower contrast. So we're gonna lower the contrast. That's why I lower the contrast at least. And yeah, I won't put the exposure up too high, but we're gonna look at that in a moment. I also put the highlights down so that this part is more clear. Now you can see that this part is more clear. And I try to look at what I want with the shadows, because that's something you can really play with also. But for now I'm gonna keep it a little bit neutral. I want to start off a bit neutral. The whites, I always turn down the whites, but not too much, not too dark, but I like to turn it down because I don't like this. I don't like this. I feel like it's more cinematic. I don't know, but I feel like it's more cinematic like this, and I like to edit my stuff a little bit more cinematic. Okay, and this is one thing, like my little cheat. So you can turn down a contrast, and most people use contrast to have like this effect, but you can turn down a contrast so you have more in your picture actually. And then you can turn down the blacks, so it's almost like you have boosted the contrast, but now there's more available. You can see more in the picture, but you just turn down the blacks and you turn down the contrast. Because if I were to put up the contrast, I wouldn't be able to see as much. So I put down the blacks a little. What you can do is also boost up the clarity, and then it's like, for me, in my opinion, it's like you're using a more quality form of contrast, if you know what I mean. Because like this, I don't like it. That's my opinion. But see, I can even put down a contrast like. And listen, I didn't even play with the colors yet. Let's just notice that, I'm still thinking, like, do I want this to be in a tropical space? Yes, because that works well with the colors already in the picture. That's also one thing that I like to look at. I like to focus on the colors that are already in the picture. That's also one thing that's important. And right now here, I can see that there's more of a greenish tint, and that's why I'm putting this more to the pink side, but not too much. Just a little bit, and maybe we'll come back at it. This is just, we're doing this for fun. Also, you could boost up the texture, but I don't know, I like this. I think I like this soft idea, but we're gonna look at it later again. You could also do this dehaze, and I feel like this you can get that old school, not not necessarily old school, but like a kind of vibe, you know. But we'll look at it later. We'll put that back to 0. And this one I'm also gonna put back to 0 for now. And the vibrance, I always like turn up the vibrance a little bit, but I turn down the saturation a little. Not always. You can just experiment with all your pictures, and it's not necessarily also about finding your style. I mean, you find your style by doing whatever you want. That's just my opinion. Okay, so now I did that, and it already looks like a better, like it already looks very edited. Look at the difference. All right. And I feel like I did more than I did, but I didn't do as much as you may think. Okay. So now I've been through many phases with editing, but I feel like it always comes down to the same. But yeah, right now I'm just looking at the curves, and right now I'm looking at the curves of red. And I'm not a professional in this. I just try whatever I want to try, and then I see what happens, and then okay, like then that's how I focus on it. Oh, by the way, this is yeah. So yeah, what you can do, like you see with this, if I put this up, if I put this down, you see what happens. And honestly, I like this where this would be at. I like this. Like if you can also move this around, and you see that the red is focus on the red in different places. So, but there was one point, like honestly, there was not even, but I like it though. Well, we're gonna go with that. By the way, this is not a tutorial. This is just a part of my process. I'm just doing something I like, and I'm filming it. So yeah. I don't like that. So look, this I can tell you this. Like these are the lower parts are like the darker spots in the picture. This is like the midtones. This is like the highlights or the lighter spots. So that's something you could keep in mind for those who would like to know. But what I can see here is like if I boost it up, the darker spots will have more of a red tone. If I put it down, the darker spots will have more of a green tone. Like I don't want it to be too green, because I don't really like that. I don't think I like that. But what you could do, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna experiment. I'm gonna boost it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to the green parts, and I'm gonna be in exactly that same part. But before you do that, try to make at least 3 dots, because if you move this and you haven't put a dot here or here, this is gonna move along with it. So let me show you. So if I move this now, the whole thing is gonna move. So I think it's important. That's what I'm gonna tell. That's my tip. That if you want to move something, try to make 3 dots so you like stay in this area of moving. This area. Okay, let's continue. So right now we are boosting up the green here, and I don't like this, but now you can see what it does. Because if I like turn down the green here, this is what happens, because we've boosted up the red already. We're just gonna try a few stuff. Now it's gonna be too green, but I feel like if we made it gonna be orange. I don't like this, but I'm just trying some stuff, and I'm not gonna say that again. But yeah. So yeah, now the picture is pretty plain, but for some reason there's something about it that I like. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like I'm still wondering, like, is my taste, like what I'm seeing, is that even good? No, is it even good? But yeah, Now I've boosted up the blue, and blue makes it a little bit colder and gives it a purple vibe. If you turn on the blue here, look, I don't like where this is going. What I'm gonna do, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. I feel like we've lost it from this point. We've lost it, like, on it, because I don't want to be too yellow down here, and I don't want to lose the definition, the dynamics in this face. So at least not too much, not too much. So I'm with this, man. Look, I think we need to turn down the red a little bit. Honestly, I like the picture more when we didn't do all of this, but I like this a little, like a little, no. Okay, look, we can make more dots. We can try make more dots. This is way too much. And one thing I wanna try to maintain is like the beauty of the melanin in there. So yeah. Okay, honestly, no. Bye. I'm gonna say bye to all of this, and all of this. I'm pressing Command Z for those who have a MacBook. I'm pressing Command Z, y'all. Oh my god. So, this is where we were at some point. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit more. For now, I'm gonna leave this because I feel like if I do too much, I do too much. So I'm gonna play with these colors for a second. So I like the red to be like rich, because it's there for a reason, you know. I want it to be pointed out. I don't like to make things very yellow and stuff, and I think this is a great look. This is what the orange does, right? This is what I always do. I look at like what does it do, and then I stop wherever I like it. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but that's just what I do. And I like that, like his skin tone. I like his skin tone right now, you know. So yeah. All right, the yellow, the pillows are yellow, but we don't want them to be like, I don't even know, that's not even, that's green. We want to find the right yellow, but more to the orange side, but we want to keep the difference between yellow and orange. So I'm gonna do this. I'll make it a little bit like, first I'm gonna experiment with something because okay, yeah, I had to note that. All right, because also what you can see is if I do this, it may look a little like I think it looks interesting, but what I don't like is how unnatural this looks. Or yeah, I don't like this, and I don't like that it's losing too much color in some places. But yeah, I like this more than having too much of this. Maybe we could find our middle. We could meet in the middle. I want to keep it fresh also. Okay, now if we look at the green, like this, we have more of a natural. I feel like this is more of a natural kind of green, and this is, even though there really are plants that look like this, that have this color, and this also pops. I like how the green pops in this, but there's a difference. Like I like the fact that this looks so natural, and I feel like this color of green blends in with the picture better, like with the vibe of the picture. But yeah, we're still figuring stuff out. We're still figuring it out. And honestly, whatever you do, try to experiment as much as you can. So yeah. And also, we're in a period of quarantine. Everybody got time, so you ain't got time to say you ain't got time. But I do get it if you don't have time, honestly, because now you're at home during quarantine. You're at home a lot, and you may have people in your home asking you to do this, asking you to do that, and yeah, okay. By the way, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I like this because I don't know, but it gives me a vibe that I like. But I have a little problem. I feel like I have like a small problem. But this is what I do often. I often, when I see something I like, I try to save it. I just save it just in case. Just save it. I honestly, I like this. I like this. So I'm gonna create this preset in the group just for fun. And since the video I'm gonna make is called My Heart, so that's why this is here. But I'm gonna call this process. Just process. Like usually people have cute, cool names and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Process 1. Fine, it's fine. Just create. Just do whatever. Okay. So I like this, but we're not gonna do that. Not necessarily, at least. But I like this. It looks purple, and I like the fact that with Lightroom, only the things that are red change. So it seems like the rest of the picture stays natural. One difference I do see, and it's like very unclear. It's a very unclear difference. But if I change the red, look at his face. You see like this part here changing, but there's something I like about that because it makes it look more, his face look more natural. So, yo, honestly, I think I like this. Okay, but we're not done. We're not done. We're not done. Okay, so you could also play with the luminance. And I think like if you have a clear distinguishment between your colors in the pictures, you can really play with this because right now the parts of the picture that are, wow, his face, that's an important part, it's already lighted up enough. At least that's what I think. And there are no rules to how much light you like. In fact, there are no rules, but I mean, there are some things that are just more appealing to the eye, but there are no rules. There are no real rules. So you could do whatever I could even do this, but I don't want to. Because I like how if I do this, the picture just seems more like it looks like it's been shot with a whole another camera and everything, and I like that about it. And we could also boost up the yellow. Listen, let me tell you something. Okay, this is important because if you whatever changes you make, try to analyze your picture. Look at if there are no weird things happening. For example, maybe like you see, maybe this would be too gray if I would turn down a red, or you know, because look. Oh no, there's no. So I like that. So I'm happy with that. That's not changing. Okay, but here we have a little issue because let's get this back to a 0 or 3. That's all right. As soon as I change this, you can see that this is changing, and that's one thing I would advise you not to like pay attention to that, because you don't want that you want it to remain a clear wall, unless you want to do something with effects, you know. But you want to keep this clear and like a smooth wall. But if I boost it up too high, you can also see those pixels or whatever they are. And okay, let's say I want to keep it here because I like the light in the face, but this is not good. I just saw that when I boosted up the yellow, it kind of cleared it out again. So play with it, you know, try different things with it. And one thing I like about boosting up the yellow also is like this cushion, this pillow really comes forward. I like that. But by the way, I'm still not sure about this red thing, because that was one thing about the picture that's you know what I liked about making this picture. Like, even without all the effects and all those things, I knew these colors would really fit together well. But now I taken out the red, so I'm still like unsure about it. Camera is not in the right position. Okay, so I'm a little unsure about the red, but that's also one thing you should keep in mind. Like, you should be open to change your plan, especially with artsy things. You should be open to change your plan, because that's how you prevent limiting yourself, you know. But there's this one thing I don't like about the picture. I'm still, we're gonna wait. And by the way, I didn't play with these colors, like, because when I don't know if you peeped me doing this, but when I did this, when I played with these things, oh no, when I played with these things, nothing happened, so I don't need to play with it. Okay, now we're coming to a part where I used to, like, these things are like these were my go-tos. So how you play with this is, you boost up your saturation, because then you know what colors you're playing with. And let's say I want to use these two colors because it suits the vibe. Now we're not in tropics anymore, I know. Hold up. And then you turn down the saturation of both, and then you boost up the balance. And let's see what kind of difference it makes. Nothing. Let's see if I'm not just playing. Yeah, it just didn't do anything. All right, but this is something cool you could also play with. Well, we're still gonna play with it. I just wanted to say that that it didn't really do anything. Like, I like, there are things that I like and I dislike, because I feel like the whole picture is becoming too yellow. So I think I'm gonna try to, for this, I'm gonna try to use a color that really makes this white again. Yes, and in the shadows I want to bring back the tropics. So okay, yeah, I like that, honestly. And it doesn't really seem like we're in the tropics anymore. But if you boost the temperature up too high, you won't be able to play with, well, in my opinion, you won't be able to really play with the color like you would want to, But yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm still thinking about this. Because there are things I like, and I really think that I don't like, Maybe we could play with this. I think I like it here, but I feel like something is too flat. Maybe I should not have this be red, be purple. Maybe I should boost up the saturation. This camera, I'm not looking at it, and it's bugging me out, because every time I look at it, it seems like I'm not in the frame, because I sit like this. Not good for your back, but I still do it. Ain't nobody perfect. But yeah, no, I feel like it has more. Oh, love, this is hard. No, I don't want the yellow. Oh, I like this too. Safe. And honestly, my way of editing can be a bit, I don't know if it's extra, and I'm not gonna say that. No, I like it. It's my way. Someday, your way will be. Sometimes people just have to get used to your way. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Okay, so this is not what I want really, but this is what I would be working with at this point. I want to boost up the orange a little bit more, just to bring back the, and then boost up the luminance orange. Yeah, I'm gonna boost it up a little, just to make the picture more clear, because I tend to make my pictures very dark, and that's not a bad thing. But I just don't want to do that anymore. Okay, so when I did this, I was looking at this again. So, you know, my video is a half an hour, and I think we have to finish it up because I didn't think anyone was looking at it this long. But right now I've edited this, and I'm gonna save this. So process 1.2. Does that already exist? Let me. Yeah, okay, no, it doesn't exist. Okay, so this is what I started off with. I like that it has that vibe that we're in the tropics. Yeah, I like that this is purple, and it's like a kind of purple that I wouldn't easily, I don't have that in my house actually, so it's nice that I could do that with the colors. I like that they had like this nothing looks unnatural really, because the green is still green. It's nice to look at those things, like things that people are familiar with, so they know like a plant is supposed to be green unless it's not. The skin color, it looks very natural, it looks very rich, very like, I don't know, I really love it. It's warm, I love that. Okay, but then we are here, process 1.1. We've brightened up the picture. The pillow looks a little bit more unnatural, but for people who don't know what the actual color is of the pillow, it doesn't really matter. This turned silver, and here it was more of a gold color. Look, I already like process 1 more from close up, but this is really, I don't know, depends on your taste. And also I don't like that this is too red right now, and that's what I like here, like it looks so natural. And then this is process 1.2, like this, the purple one, but brighter. And like I said, I tend to like edit my pictures and make them have like a little more darker vibe, like in light. I'm talking dark and light. But I honestly like that. I just like that. I feel more close to the one in the picture. Okay, but I actually had to edit it this way, like the way I edited before. But to be honest with you, it's good to edit your pictures a few times, because now if I look at these, you see that I've tried many times, but there was also always something that I didn't like. And to be honest, I like where this went. So this one, I think I'm gonna go with this one. And one thing I also try to do, and this is one thing I learned from, like I went to someone, an old friend of mine, like we went to her house because we wanted to edit. So she was gonna edit something, and I was just gonna sit there on the couch. I don't really remember, but one thing I remembered was that she used this. So she used distortion to really like broaden make it look like the lens did a little bit more than it did. And I never thought about that actually, but it can be very handy. And I feel like for this one it's nice, because also you want to do it like you don't want to do too much, because you don't want it to be very clear that you really drag this. But it's nice because his face is in the middle, and then like that we can really make it look like, for example, if I were to do this, it still looks natural, the picture still looks natural. And look at the difference, like, oh my god, look at the difference. It's like the lens was wider than it was. So I'm gonna try to play with that. I'm gonna put it here. I'm still looking at this one and this one, but I feel like this one resembles to me more. So yeah, man, guys, this is it. If you want, we can, for the ones who are still sticking with me or still here, look at some pictures that I already like try to do something with. And honestly, I like this too. It gives me a certain vibe, but I don't know. I like this. I like this. I like this. And I feel like if I go to my, I feel like I'm playing with purple a lot these days, but I like it. I don't like this picture. You also need to look at the picture, guys. You need to look at if you've chosen the right picture. Here, I feel like too much of his face is lost in the mix. Here, I feel like this is just not the best shot. No, you need to analyze your picture. You need to look at like what feels pleasant to look at. Where does your model get his most, like, you know, you know what I mean? Where can everyone meet? Okay, so now I'm gonna try to put this, like, look, that's also one thing. One edit may look very great on one picture, but then on the other picture, I don't know, I just don't like it. And also, I don't really like the picture. So that's also a deal. But yeah, you're gonna have to look at different things. But I do like this edit on this picture, and I wouldn't want to. And oh wait, this has to be for another video if I want to do something else. But yeah, thank you for watching. And yeah, this is me editing, and if you like it, just watch, and maybe I'll put out more. You just see me.